Namaste, everybody. Thank you for joining us here this wonderful evening. Here with us to share some of his vast knowledge is Professor K. Ramasubramanian. Many of you probably already know him, have listened to him, and have probably also met him during his last visit to Atlanta in 2019. But for the benefit of everybody here, a quick introduction to the scholar. Ramasubramanian ji, or Anna as he is addressed, is presently a professor at IIT Bombay in the Cell of Indian Science and Technology in Sanskrit, Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. He holds a doctorate in theoretical physics, a bachelor's in engineering, and a master's in Sanskrit. While those are his qualifications in contemporary education, the professor is also deeply educated on the Indian traditional subjects. He is one among a very small and unique cohort of Indian scholars, researchers, and educators who has exalted expertise in Sanskrit, mathematics, and astronomy. His core areas of expertise are researching, preserving, and disseminating ancient Sanskrit literature in Bharatiya Ganita Shastra and Jyotish Shastra disciplines. His pioneering research on Indian scientific literature in Sanskrit has led him to path-breaking books, editing several volumes and writing more than 100 articles that have proved the might of India's scientific heritage and our sound legacy system of education. The list of honors and awards he has been conferred upon is truly awe-inspiring. The list includes the coveted title Vidvat Pravara, which he received from Shankaracharya of Sri Shringeri Sharada Peetham for completing a rigorous course in Advaita Vedanta, Maharishi Badrayana Vyasaman from President of India for his contribution towards synergy between tradition and modernity, Madhava Ganita Puraskar for bringing to fore the contributions of Kerala astronomers, and many other prestigious honors and titles. While his accomplishments in broad array of subjects is astounding, what truly sets him apart is his humility and approachability, which many of us have been blessed to experience firsthand. Vidya Dadati Vinayam indeed. So very happy to welcome you back to Atlanta, Anna. Without any further ado, I'd like to hand it to Anna to introduce and explain the topic of today, a glimpse at the grandeur of Indian astronomy.
Thank you. Is okay one. You can push up also. You can get up. Go open. Oh, that may not work.
You put a spotlight.
Maybe they have only.
Yeah.
So, Namaste. I am delighted to be here, and thanks to the efforts that have been taken in organizing this event here. February has been very generous. So I'll take you through one of the most fascinating things regarding the calendrical system that has been presented to us by astronomers several thousands of years before. Today, many of us know of only one calendar, which is this Gregorian calendar, which starts with January 1 and then ends with December 31. But then, if we look a little deeper, this calendar doesn't seem to have any connection with what we are seeing as the motions in the timekeeping system. If we ask ourselves the question, what gives the basis of the duration of a year? It has to do with, so today we say the revolution of the earth around the sun once. So this forms the basis for ourselves declaring a year is over. If we think of months, for instance, then we will not be able to connect to the currently used month system. So January has 31 days, February has 28 days. What is the basis for this? So earlier I told you that the duration of a year. So when does the year commence? That is a different thing. So January 1 doesn't have any basis whatsoever. On the other hand, if we look at the calendrical system that has been adopted by ancients, it was very closely connected with the motions of these two objects, sun and the moon. So when the sun enters into a particular point in the space, you say the year begins. So this is what is celebrated as this New Year, particularly in Kerala, Tamil Nadu and so on. Sun entering into Mesha Rashi. And then if the sun comes back to the same position as seen from the earth, you say year is over. Some of you are from Andhra, I can see. So this Andhra people, they celebrate the New Year, which is generally called as Telugu New Year. So this starts with a different time. The sun does not enter into Mesha Rashi, but the sun and the moon, so they meet together, which is 12 months in lunar cycle. Okay, this is what we have. Now I want to give you an introduction to how the Indian astronomy has progressed over a 1000-year period or little more than that. Okay, so in short, so by the time you leave from this, so if you know that the calendrical system that we follow throughout the world is a meaningless calendrical system, that is good enough. Okay, with this I proceed. So what is Indian astronomy? So this is the outline. Then I will tell you the purpose of astronomy. Then its antiquity from a literary viewpoint, and as it can be inferred from certain other things. So that is the second thing that we will see. Then the types of astronomical works that have been there. I will not get into much of mathematics, but I want to give you a general picture as to how this discipline got developed. Then certain unique features of Indian astronomy. For instance, we don't have the notion of Tithi anywhere in the world. Besides, even today, if you go to various places, there are different calendrical systems. I think there is some echo, right? There are different calendrical systems that have been observed by different groups of people. So this almost, no. Almost 10 to 15 different calendrical systems are there. But I think they have to come and these are all desired phenomena, okay? Non-linear dynamics. A small thing will blow into it.
I think it's better now.
Now it's fine.
Yes.
अच्छा है अभी ऐसे ही छोड़ दीजिए धन्यवाद. Okay, there are certain features which are not to be found in other calendrical systems, even for this instance, the Tithi which we follow. This is an interesting thing. So Tithi, Yuga, etc. I will introduce them. Then, from the theoretical viewpoint, so how the parameters have been revised over a period of time. This is something which is very interesting. Those of you who have science background will be able to appreciate the very nature of science that has been understood better. A clear understanding that prediction cannot be valid for all times. Okay, this is the crux of the whole field of nonlinear dynamics which evolved from 1960s. Okay. Then some major landmark discovery which has been made in the Indian tradition, I will give you